Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashai, the Baharakhakorash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Yasharala that rule well, and salutations to you, Akim, out there in the highways and the byways, preaching His word in truth and in sincerity. And this is going to be a little quick in transit, you know, because you've been keeping up with the news. You know that China is about to start trading oil in PetroYuans, you know, leaving the petrodollar, you know, which means that if it's a success, that other nations are going to follow through. And if that happens, hey, that means a hyperinflation, you know, and just the death of this wicked kingdom, you know. But I'm gonna get this article right quick, and I'm you know, I'll post it in the description box so you brothers can see it for yourselves. But I'm gonna just hit a couple points. Yeah, it says the death of U.S. dollar. China launches PetroYuan to challenge greenback's dominance. So now I'm gonna go to the end of the article. It says Chinese authorities have reportedly accelerated the launch amid growing crude imports last year. The country outspaced the U.S. as the world's #1 importer of oil. You know, so it beat U.S. in buying the most oil, importing the most oil. It says, thus the contracts may not only help to win some control over pricing from the major international benchmarks, but also promote the use of Chinese currency in global trade, you know, and that's not good for the U.S. dollar, you know. It says the greenback will get weaker as soon as other nations have a real, credible alternative to it. It says Anli, you know, then it says, it is more of a game changer for the U.S. As soon as other nations have a real credible alternative to the U.S. dollar, they can dump dollars and switch to the yuan, which can spark up a dollar crisis. If that happens, not only will there be inflation from the tariffs, but also from the flood of dollars. You know? So hey, this is not looking good for America. You know? Hey, the greenbacks have what is it, like the early 1900s, if I'm not mistaken. They started using greenbacks as a form of the global currency, you know. But now China's taking a step to change that, you know, because they, like I said right here, the greenback is getting weaker, you know, and soon, you know, if China is successful in that, which I'm gonna get an article that shows how successful they were the first day, because this article that I'm reading right now came out that exact same day. I right now will bring out another article that tells you what happened the day after, you know. It says yeah, but that's the thing, you know. Now I'm gonna get the article because it said, as soon as other nations have a real credible alternative to it, to the U.S. dollar, they can dump dollars and switch to yuan, you know. So if they see this be successful, that's exactly what these other nations are gonna do, you know. Because America, man, America's not looking good to any of these other nations. You know, people are starting to hate America, you know, starting to see how that America is just for their own interests, you know, how they deal wickedly and everything. So hey, these nations, as soon as they see a way out for not depending on America, that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna take that way and go with it, you know. So now this is the other article, and the article that I just read came out on March 26th. This one came out on March 27th, which is the day after the first day of China using the PetroYuan as a global trade, as a oil currency, you know. It says PetroYuan helps Russia and China dump U.S. dollar in oil trade. Now I'm gonna skip down to the middle. It says China's new oil benchmark had a hugely successful debut on the first day of trading in Shanghai. 65,500 contracts with more than 62 million barrels of crude traded for a national value of nearly 27 billion yuan, which is $4 billion. Several heads reported Glencore, Trafigura, Freeport Commodities, and other huge oil trading corporations took part. You know, hey, so that very first day was a success, and these other nations are gonna see that, and they're gonna start working with China. They're gonna soon let go of the dollar and start working with China, and that's gonna, you know, be bad news for America. You know, America's not gonna be the one calling the shots anymore. You know, America's just gonna get fucked up. You know, and you get that scripture.
Yeah, this is Obadiah, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee.
Hey, and prevailed against thee. And what is China doing? China is prevailing against America. You know, so, and soon these other nations are gonna follow through. Keep going.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
You know, and all these other nations that had a part to do with America, that were receiving certain things from America, that were getting help from America. Hey, soon, hey, all that is gonna stop. You know, hey, cause China is trying to become the next world power, which is, you know, hey, fuck China too. You know, it's not gonna work. But to these people, man, they're gonna think that's gonna be the case. So they're gonna go to whom it looks like it's gonna dominate. You know, they're gonna stick to the winner. You know, and that's what it's looking like. You know, and then you have all these other Venezuela trading oil and in cryptocurrencies or something like that with Russia. You know, you got other small nations making deals with Russia and China. You know, hey, so this is evident. You know, this is all happening so that this scripture may be fulfilled. You know. So hey, hopefully, you know, this PetroYuan thing keeps on going and is successful, so that hey, they could the dollar could fall, and then, you know, all this could, you know, start happening. You know, the hyperinflation, you know, and basically what happened in Venezuela, you know, and that will start all chaos, you know, which will mean that us being much closer to going home, man. You know, now I'm gonna give one last scripture, Revelations
17 and 16.
So like, yeah, Revelation 17. Matter of fact, I just seen one in 11. Salakia. This is Revelation 17 and 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Because ultimately, that's what's gonna happen. As soon as that all these nations get up from relying on America and see how weak America is getting, how wicked it has been, how unrighteously it has dealt. Hey, these people are not gonna hesitate to destroy it, because they're not gonna have any part with it no more. So it's gonna be easier for them to drop them bombs,
God, if everybody saw Joel 3, chapter 3, verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. You know what I mean? So all these little countries that enjoyed their delicacies of America, now they have an opportunity to get a lick, so to speak, to come up on America, you know what I mean? They're going to jump on that opportunity because they're all together on it, you know what I mean? What was it? The scripture, the beast is going to hate the whore or something like that, or if I'm paraphrasing? So,
yeah, I just read it.
Oh, kind of. So now the weak are saying they're strong, now they have nuclear capabilities. Back then they didn't, That's why America was able to bully them around and stuff. But now, with this opportunity, they're going to bomb the shit out of America, according to prophecy.
That's right. And that's what we're looking forward, man, because this place deserves judgment, man. And we want salvation. So this Yuan thing is beautiful, man. This Yuan thing should make you rejoice. Akim, I hope you brothers were edified, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And stay on your watchtowers, man. Stay on them, and whatever you see that you can link up to prophecy, go ahead and do it. All these prophecies are being manifested before our eyes in a rapid rate. So there's really no excuse for you not to be making videos. To those who had a problem with the three videos a day exhortation, because it wasn't an order, it was an exhortation, but niggas still had a problem with it. If you were really in the spirit, you wouldn't have a problem with it, because there's so many topics you could talk about. So hey, you have no excuse. So hey, and you got any last words? And with that, we're gonna end it by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Harakah Korash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah that rule well, and salutations to you Achim that are out there in the highways and the byways preaching this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba.
Abba.